Home values probably haven't been this high since 2007. And for those of us who remember 2007, probably a lot of red flags are popping up in your head right now thinking, are we currently in the middle of a real estate bubble? Hey everyone, real quick before we get started into the content of the video, just want to say hi. Realtor Lore here, based out of Milwaukee. Thank you for watching. And if you like the content I'm providing, please subscribe and give me a thumbs up to stay tuned for future content like this. So now, let's get into the content. Some buyers may be happily waiting on the sidelines, hoping and praying that a crash of that level does happen so that they can take advantage of it and purchase real estate on sale. However, in my personal opinion, I don't believe a crash of the levels of 2007 is coming anytime soon, and these are my reasons why. So the first reason I don't think that we're in a real estate bubble right now is because of the extremely low inventory of homes available on the market right now. The number of buyers that are looking out there vastly outnumber the available supply. Many markets only have 2 months supply of homes right now to look at for buyers. And buyers are happily outbidding each other for those extremely few homes in each market that's available. So if, on the other hand, the inventory were to normalize and the prices of homes everywhere kept rising, then I believe in this case that definitely would mean that the bubble is inflating. But this is not the case. The second reason I don't think that we're in the middle of a bubble is because of the still low interest rates. Even though they are not currently as low as they were last year and they've been creeping up a little bit, the cost to borrow money is still cheap. And when interest rates are low for buyers, that means that their purchasing power, their budget that they can qualify to purchase for is higher. And even a 0.5% increase in interest rate would be a significant reduction in a buyer's purchasing power. Along with low interest rates and that budget, that also can mean for a buyer that they have the ability to overbid a little bit if they wish to. Reason number 3 is because of the new stricter lender requirements for borrowers and checking of borrowers' backgrounds and their qualifications to repay a loan. The crash of 2007 was mostly to blame because lenders were just lending out easy money to anybody that walked in with a pulse. They didn't really do any checks on employments of borrowers or their ability to repay a loan, and that's why many of those loans failed, and we had that crash. So as you can see by this chart here, the new tighter borrower requirements here, this chart gives you this is just the dollars of loans given out here, and then the years down here, but the credit scores are in color code here. And so 2020 here, just last year, the number of borrowers with a credit score of 760 and higher, check out how many of those borrowers had great credit, and then compare that to 2007, how many of those borrowers had extremely great credit. Not nearly as many. So that alone tells you that lenders are doing their jobs now and qualifying these borrowers to make sure that they're able to pay their loans that they're giving them. The fourth reason is actually COVID-19. When COVID-19 hit the US in March of 2020 last year, everyone kind of held their breath for a little bit, didn't really know what was going to happen. In terms of real estate, I myself thought that the real estate industry was going to go bust. But as employers quickly shifted, having their employees work from home, work remotely, and students were learning virtually, a lot of households quickly found out that they needed more space. Their homes were not set up for these work from home type environments. So many of these homeowners or people with jobs that were unaffected by COVID-19 still had a steady job, steady pay, and great credit scores, took advantage of the low interest rates and went on a shopping spree to buy a bigger home. And that shopping spree, resulted in record sales of homes. And of course, it continues even to this day, the effects of what happened. But even a year later, many employers are quickly finding out that they are saving a ton of money by not having a physical office for the employees. So they are permanently making their employees work remotely now. So going forward, I mean, this COVID-19 is actually pushing the real estate market right now. Instead of, I don't see that going backwards anytime soon because of COVID-19. So reason number 5 is unemployment numbers. When COVID first hit, per the census here, this chart, we spiked all the way up to 15%. A lot of the gig economy workers, travel industry, hospitality, restaurants, those types of employees were affected tremendously. But since then, since a year later, you know, we've got a lot of relief packages, and especially because of the rollout of the vaccine, now many businesses are coming back online. So today we're sitting at 6.1%. Places like Disney now have, you know, even removed the mask requirement, and planes are starting to be full again. So it seems that the economy is back to 100%. So assuming that things keep going well with COVID, and we keep the numbers down, and we keep that at bay, the economy should be back open 100%. Reason number 6 that we're currently not in a bubble is because of new construction, meaning that new construction is not in the position to really help with low inventory that we're facing right now. The amount of new construction has dropped off dramatically since 2006, as shown by this chart here from the U.S. Census. Back in 2006, there was roughly at the peak 2.3 million homes being built, and since then it's been a steep drop off after the crash, and then a very long stagnant climb back up, and never quite reached the levels that it was back in 2006 there. And then as you can see, after COVID hit, a big shutdown, big drop. And then of course, with the rapid booming real estate industry market right now that we're seeing, a huge spike. But along with that, very many challenges, shortage in labor, there is shortage in lumber, causing lumber prices to go literally through the roof. Now the builders actually have complete control of the new inventory that they can add to markets. They have total control over the price of what they can charge for a premium to buyers. Other challenges are there's only so many lots available at any one point with permits to build that are approved by the city. So in terms of new construction helping with the low inventory problem, I don't see that being a major solution anytime soon. So for these reasons, I really don't see that the current real estate market is in a bubble or any type of 2007 level correction coming. If anything, maybe a minor price correction as more inventory comes online. There would have to be a significant jump in interest rates as well. But I don't see that happening. Interest rates will probably just steadily climb back up. The projection is later this year it's going to be in the high 3s. But I'm kind of predicting right now what I see is more of a permanent shift in the real estate market for home values, meaning that from here on out, moving forward, the home values will only start to keep increasing. And why do I think that? Number one, because historically speaking, the interest rates are still very low. So the cost to borrow money is cheap, buyers will continue to buy. And then number two is inflation. The Fed has, over the last year here, introduced a lot of money into the economy. And so we have a lot of inflation going on, and inflation is driving the cost of everything from food, homes, etc. Also, we're experiencing a lot of shortages right now, lumber, chicken wings, things like that. So if you're currently a buyer on the fence today in this market and you're trying to decide whether to wait it out another year, you really don't have to look too far back. Hindsight is 2020, right? So if you look back to last year, and you waited last year to this year, and you compare the two, last year the real estate market was red hot, and there was a lot of uncertainty, but the rates were extremely low. The rates were in the twos. But then, you know, fast forward to today, and now rates are in the low threes. Inventory, of course, is even worse, extremely low right now. And then prices are up, competition is up, and interest rates, you know, as I mentioned, are climbing up as well. So it is, you know, it isn't a benefit at all to really wait and see approach. Moving forward, that's why I say that prices are only going to continue to increase. And the new construction market is not faring any better for buyers right now. With the lumber shortage, prices are through the roof, literally. There's lots of labor shortage, delays in building, and the builders really hold all the cards and all the leverage right now. So it's tough. And then lastly, if you're in a market where there's a huge influx of people migrating, like California to Texas or New York to Florida, in those markets, Texas and Florida, I really don't see any way that those prices are going down anytime soon. I just think from here on out, those prices are just gonna keep increasing. And if you don't buy today, good luck tomorrow. So I hope this video is informative and entertaining. Hopefully you got something out of it. Drop me some comments below on your thoughts, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Thank you for watching.